up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, some of you guys know my wife has this Lexus LX600 and I just got done replacing the windshield. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. I didn't know this. Maybe I haven't had a chance to really figure this out yet, but my comprehensive deductible is $1,000. With State Farm, if you have $1,000 deductible comp, that means that your windshield replacement deductible is $1,000. So here's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be getting this windshield PPF, and I'm probably going to be switching from State Farm, just saying. And look who it is. One of my best friends, Nico. He's going to be, what are you going to be doing today, man?
Today we're going to be doing some window film on your front windshield, and then we're going to be protecting your front windshield. Perfect. Yeah, and we're retinting it too. I guess you got to, I don't know how dark this is, by the way. I can't remember how dark we went last time. But if we can do the same for the windshield, it'd be cool. That's cool. Perfect. Now, if someone, there's 5, we're gonna do 5 people, right? If you do want to get your windshield paint protection film, because I think that I heard windshield could be counting as a claim against you, just saying. So if you have more than one get cracked, your insurance rates could go up, just saying. But Nico here has graciously said, hey, I'll give you 20% off on your PPF for 5 people, right? 5 people. So if you want to get your windows tinted or get that windshield protected, hit Nico up. Numbers right here. Now, in case you want to get your car wrapped, Nico, he does it all, guys. I mean, this is one of the sickest wraps I've seen done. Like, this is perfect. A little over a year old, and unfortunately has to take it off because the car is going away. But man, that looks so good. It looks like a carbon fiber or something like that. Sheesh.
Perfect.
That is so satisfying. Gotta admit to you guys, love that. He makes it look easy, guys. I'm just telling you, this ain't easy. Maybe one day I'll take a tint course with you and show people just how hard this is. Wow, looks so much better. It's not too dark either. Just wanted to give my wife a little bit more protection because it's hot out here in Utah. And I feel like that sun just got a little bit closer. All right, guys, so this is the big deal. When I had farmer's insurance, my deductible for my windshield was $100. I had a $1,000 deductible on my truck, and all I paid was $100 for my windshield. So I'm not sure what the difference is between Farmers and State Farm, but this is just something you need to look into, because these windshields are not cheap, you know. And I did go with a Lexus one too, you know. It was more money, but since I already had a $1,000 deductible, I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna go ahead and get a Lexus windshield, you know. And they got all covered under the State Farm insurance. And yeah, good news is I can now get this protected. So I would recommend, if you are someone who has $1,000 deductibles, I'm almost 40 years old, so technically I don't really need high deductibles. I have no accidents, no speeding tickets, so really I shouldn't have ever had those high deductibles. When I was 25 years old, $1,000 deductibles made a huge difference between, you know, 25-year-old versus a 30-year-old. So yeah, just something to consider. And I wish I would have known this, because had I changed my deductible, I want to say the difference between a $1,000 deductible and a $100 deductible was only like $40 a month. And that's kind of why I'm a little frustrated with my agent, because they should have said that. They should have ran those numbers that same day and said, hey, by the way, just so you know, if you went to a $100 deductible, it's only $40 a month, because that's not a lot of money, guys. If it was like over $100, I would have just kept it at $1,000, and then this would have been my fault, but it never got brought up. So that's the only reason why I feel like this is important for you guys. If you haven't looked into your insurance, this might be something you want to look into. See, to me, this is so satisfying to lay like wrap or even tint. Seeing how easy it goes on. Nice. Now he's just doing the cuts. Oh yeah. Now, we did buy this car used, and whoever owned it, they did do a front PPF on it. So the fenders all the way here, your hood, headlights, and the front end, except for the black plastic trimming, they did not wrap those things. But yeah, pretty much done. The mirrors were done, by the way, too. And Nico can do a PPF if you do have a car here out in Utah, or if you're just passing through. It's something to consider. I want to show you guys my windshield on my Corvette next, so we'll pretty much morph over to my house here in a second. But I want to give Nico one more shout out here. Bro, thank you so much for this, man. I really appreciate it. Now, real quickly, guys, I want you guys to see. I said that someone else did lay this PPF. Now, what do you think about this job here?
It's not the best, you know. That's leaving long edges exposed like that. That's what's going to cause failure and dirt, and it's just unprofessional.
Oh, you said dirt? Oh, I did see some dirt in there, by the way. Yeah.
As far as our shop, as the way we like to do our edges and cuts, we have a special tool that perfectly cuts around the entire edge of the hood, so you have a perfect 1/4 inch all the way around, and it's completely even versus having a bunch of extra material that's just gonna come off later down the road.
Yeah, so. In other words, I'll show you my Corvette really quickly here, just so you guys know. Dude, thank you so much, man. It looks amazing. Hopefully you guys can see some of the seams on this. Let me show it to you. Actually, this is not a good one either. But on the front end, right here, perfect. This is a good example right here. So you guys see, he said 1/4 inch. You can see the seam right there for the PPF. Maybe you can see a little bit better over here. Yeah, this is a little bit better. So you can see that seam, right? You see how clean that is? Check it out on my wife's car. You probably couldn't see it as good with my Insta360 camera, but look at that. That is terrible. Look at all the dirt that has built up in there. It's like coming undone. Like over here, like there's dust particles up in there. Like such a bad job. And that is why I say sometimes you might get a better price, but because Nico is a newer shop, he actually has really good prices and he does really good work. Now, we did hit a rainstorm. I literally washed my wife's car as soon as we got the windshield fixed, and it hasn't rained in Utah in like 3 months. I'm not joking. Maybe it's like sprinkled here and there, but it has not had a good rain in 3 months. And then the day we take this car out, it rains. But I did use the windshield wipers, and the PPF actually held up pretty darn good. I will say, here's the only negative to doing the PPF on your windshield. It does make it a little wavy, so that might affect some people for visibility. So my humble opinion is I don't care because I'd rather have the protection. But my wife's windshield is better than my Corvette. My Corvette is a lot more wavier. Hers cured a lot better, and it's like a lot more clear compared to my Corvette. And I can't even show it to you on the camera. It won't matter, but you're not supposed to use the windshield wipers on a dirty windshield. So that's another negative. So if you are going out, just keep some, window cleaner in your garage. That way you can spray down your windshield. If it does rain, obviously, and it's wet, you can wipe it, but I would try to keep it as clean as possible. And of course, use Rain-X. And something to consider as well is my wife she had one big crack, which is why we fixed it. But she had 3 small nicks over the course of time, especially in the wintertime. That's where she got the most of those cracks in the windshield. But they were small ones and they didn't spread, so I never got them fixed. But here's what I'll tell you. If you've ever wondered, is it worth doing the PPF on your windshield? If you have a Corvette or any type of sports car, these cars sit low and I feel like they do pick up more, on the road. But right there, you see that? That would have been probably a crack right here. That potentially could have been a crack. That's just damage to the PPF. The worst one was right here. I didn't see what hit the windshield, but you can probably see right there. Whatever that was would have cracked this windshield because it gouged right through the PPF. So if you've ever wondered, is it worth doing? 100%. And yeah, be sure to reach out to Nico. I mean, he's trying to get his business off the ground. He does really good work. He's insured and he's doing everything the right way. Which is why I recommend him. So again, I think everything turned out great. My wife loved it. And like I said, the glass for this one is a lot better than the glass on the Corvette because this one's a little bit more wavy with the PPF, but you get used to it. I don't even notice it anymore unless I'm looking for it. And I'm probably going to get this windshield PPF 2 next month. I did get it tinted, but not as dark as my wife's and my Corvettes. But yeah, I got the glass tinted by him. So if you live in the area, reach out to him, let him know I sent you. See you guys soon.